Hello neighbors, it's Brad here at Etrailer, and today I'm taking a look at the Saris Bones EX3. Now this is also available in a 2-bike version. Today is our 3, and we're going to be doing this on a 2014 Honda CRV. Now as you can tell, this is a trunk mounted style, and what that means is you're not using a hitch to attach it. It simply hangs onto the vehicle and uses leverage and the weight itself to hold it in place. This is a great option for anyone that wants to just get riding without having to install a hitch on their vehicle, and also this is nice for storage and putting it away when you're done with it. So with a lot of hanging bike rack styles, I always kind of worry that the bike is going to sway. That does get reduced here because each bike mount has a anti-sway attachment, and so we do have 3 points of attachment to our bike. So as you can see, there's 2 here on the frame and 1 that attaches to our seat post here, and you're going to have that offset, so when you put each bike each way, they should stay secure. You're also going to have 6.5 inches between bikes when transporting. So to remove the bike, pretty simple. Simply push these tabs. It's a ratcheting style. Pull them out. Once you have all 3 removed, the bike simply slides off the rack. Looking a little bit closer at the Strats themselves, you're going to see these little nodules. They're all molded in rubber, which is really nice, and the strap is plastic, so it's flexible to allow for a bunch of different sizes of frames, and it's also not going to scratch it. Now with this style of rack, inherently you may need an adapter bar for your bike, whether it's an odd shaped frame, a women's bike, a step through, something along those lines, and that way it puts the bike at a nice even sitting on the rack itself. Now the rack, as it holds 3 bikes, the limit per bike is 35 pounds per. So that's something to take in consideration when you're loading up your bikes. So with your hanging trunk mounted style, sometimes it's hard to match vehicles, and on our CRV you can see this one fits quite well, and that's with this new design here. Puts these arms down, and these are also adjustable to get whatever angle of glass you have, and also this little convenient hold here for your strap will allow if you have a factory spoiler on your CRV. Now overall the design puts it at a nice spot because you can see here the bottom feet rest on this edge. Now to attach the actual bike rack to the vehicle, it uses a series of straps and hooks. So taking a closer look here, you're going to see this rubber coated hook that sits on the side of the vehicle, and it is denoted as to where they go. Here's our upper mount that slides right in between the spoiler. And down below, we also have mounts. Now on the CRV, if you open your hatch, you're going to notice that there's a large piece filling there. So instead of hooking on to the outside of the trunk, you can use either a dog bone attachment from Saris, or you can simply run those straps a little bit longer into your trunk and it'll hold on once it's closed. So all of our straps all feed into the middle here and they feed out the other side. So there's a total of 6 straps total. Now they're all the same material. They all use this cam style buckle, and they all have this nice strap to put the excess there. Now from some of these styles, they all tend to use something like this cam style. One of the things you might notice is over time as you drive around on the highway and it moves around, especially with bikes on it, is this can loosen up. So I highly recommend before putting your bike on and heading out to where you're riding, do another tight adjustment just to make sure that this is taut. Okay, from the outside of our bumper to how far it sticks out, we're kind of looking at about 21 inches, so not too terribly far. It keeps it close against the vehicle. Now something that's nice is if you aren't riding, you don't have to keep it with that extended out. So to adjust the arms, you see this twist knob here, just loosen that up. It's going to slide on there, and this middle section is where you can make your adjustments. You can drop that into place. As long as it's not making contact with your vehicle and it slides in these grooves, you should be good. Just tighten it back up, and you can see how much space it's going to gain you. As you can see with the arms folded down, this one's very close to the vehicle, but again, it's locked in place, so it's not going to make contact. This one I wasn't able to go down as far because the teeth didn't allow this to get close with this anti-sway here. So let's measure it from the rear point of the bumper out is right at 8 inches. So very close to the vehicle, shouldn't be an issue. Something else that you'll notice here, your rear view camera, right in the center. So that's not gonna impede seeing what's behind you as long as you don't have a bike attached. So we have some test course footage where we take this out and test it with an actual bike on it, see what it actually does. So let's take a look at that.
Now we're going to go ahead and take it on our test course. First we'll start with the slaloms. This is going to show the side-to-side action. It's kind of going to mimic the movements that you'll see whenever you're driving down the road normally. Now we'll have the alternating speed bumps. This is going to be more so like the uneven roads and some of that uneven terrain you might be traveling on. And now with the fold speed bumps, these are going to be pretty much like normal speed bumps. You get to see the up and down action of the bike rack and see how it holds up.
Overall, this bike rack is one that can fold down to in a small space. It's lightweight, and if you need to get your bike and maybe 2 of your kids' bikes around, it's a good option. If you're going to be riding regularly, might not be the best, mostly in the fact that once you have this attached, you do lose the ability to open your hatch. So grocery shopping might get a little tricky and you'll have to remove this. So if that is a big concern for you, you might look at other options, but that does involve putting a hitch on your vehicle. So for your trunk mounted, I do think this is a good option to get you around and get your bike to where you need to be. So that's going to do it for a look at the Saris Bones EX3 trunk mounted bike rack on a 2014 Honda CRV. Thanks for watching.